That's wet camping right there. Whoa. Where's this water coming from? I gotta lower that. This is Matt from Rubicon Matt Overland. See what you're watching here? This is at the end of my trip. I get stuck on a hill. I have to use all the equipment, which is good to use in practice. But man, that was scary because I was all by myself and actually was sliding down that hill. So we'll get to that at the end. And I'll share the rest of this video from the start. It didn't start out raining, but things got messy for a while, but I really enjoyed myself until this point right here. But anyways, enjoy the video. Well, I came to this hip campsite and I expected some rain, and which was fine. As you can see, I have all my tarps set up, and I'm really pleased how I have it set up because I don't get wet. Even though it was pouring down rain, I had trees overhead, so it never was blowing and changing direction. It was basically just dripping straight down. And as you can see, I think I'm going to pan over here to my tent, hopefully. And I had my tent set up, so I got everything set up before it really started raining. But I really went there just not even to film, just to totally relax and enjoy myself, which I did. But as you saw, things at the end got hairy. But I'll share a little bit more about what I did at this particular point of this adventure. As you can see, I didn't take my Gazelle T4 Overlander tent either. When I know when I'm going to be in rain and heavy rains and all that, I take this tent because I can just stuff it into a bin, plastic bin, bring it home and lay it out much easier than I can the Gazelle T4 Overlander tent. So that's why when you see me with this tent, it's primarily knowing that I'm going to get everything soaking wet, and I don't really care about this tent as much as I care about my T4 Overlander tent, just so you know. Well, it's raining like a sieve, whatever that means, right? But I got my awning up, got my tarp working, got spaghetti sauce cooking with some meatballs, gonna heat that up. Then I got this new gift for Father's Day, a pot, a bigger pot, one of those ones that I can collapse, silicone with a steel bottom, so I can cook some spaghetti. So I'll show you that in a little bit, but kind of sitting here just enjoying the rain now. I finally figured out my tarp system, so I didn't have to keep dumping it, and got it taut enough and got it tied to all these different trees. I don't even have it tied to the Jeep, so I actually could drive away, but I got it so it's angled and I can still work underneath it. Wow, what a rainy day. Hopefully it'll clear up here, but I don't mind. I'm here to rest and relax as long as I'm dry. Just think about it, being in my tent right now would be wonderful. And I got that set up, but you know, just sitting there in the rain tonight, just letting it rain and listening to that, just relaxing. That's what I'm here to do. So that's it. Yum, yum. Heating up my spaghetti, my sauce, and meatballs. I tell you, this is my all-time favorite jar sauce versus homemade, but man, that is the best thing I've ever had. Honestly, let me know what your favorite spaghetti sauce in the comments. I'm gonna get that warmed up, and then I'm gonna take that off and put this on and fill it up with some water and cook some pasta for the first time. And the first time in the pouring rain. Look what's cooking. My spaghetti. That's awesome. Silicone pot really boils too. Amazing. And it shrinks down real flat then. That's an awesome invention. Tell you what, that's a good looking spaghetti and meatballs out here in the pouring down rain. But I'm dry. Getting ready to dive into this. Yum, yum. Well, after dinner and cleaning everything up, I actually started a fire. Even though it was still raining, I got enough heat and stuff going so that I could just have a fire, and I went back and sat underneath the awning. It's always important to me to have a fire when I go camping. So I thought I'd get one lit, sat back, because it really had stopped raining, but it was kind of muddy all around that. I just wanted to continue to sit, but still got to enjoy the fire for a while. As you can see, it's still kind of light out. But I sat there for a while, enjoyed the fire, and then went on in and hit the sack. So we'll see you in the morning. So after breakfast, I found this Black Bear Ridge trail at the hip campsite property. So I went on a hike and just looked for other places to go camping the next time I come down to that wonderful hip campsite. So just wanted to share that with you. I had my Garmin with me, so if I got lost or anything, I definitely can find my way out of there. Beautiful scenery, could go deep and found a lot of good sites to camp at in the fall, winter, or summer. Then I went back to my site and looked for something else to do, and I did find something else to do. I made a great lunch, brunch type of lunch, and so I'll share that with you now before the craziness starts with the trying to climb up that hill in my Jeep. So after brunch, I said, hey, why don't I just pack up and maybe try to go find some other place to camp on the site. So I packed everything up, and this is where things kind of go crazy about getting stuck on that hill. So I just want to let you know that that's coming up now, and I'll share this with you because it was a learning experience for me. You know, after I'd completed it all, I kind of realized some things, some learnings from it, so I'm better prepared next time. But I'll kind of share what I can. I was kind of nervous, so I didn't take a lot of video, but you'll kind of see all the things I face and what I had to do to get up that hill. And I'll maybe talk a little bit through it as you guys watch the video. But here we go. Here's a situation I am in. I was trying to go up this steep hill. You really can't tell, I'm at a very steep angle right now, and I couldn't get up. You can see I'm spinning, and I actually got up to there, and I put my brakes on, and I slid all the way back to here thinking, am I going to go off the edge over there? So fortunately I got it somehow to a stop. I got my winch hooked to a tree, got out and ran and hooked my tree saver around the tree to protect it. So I can't go anywhere. I gotta maybe try to go back up, get up this hill, and then come down and go way off to the right. I started to going off to the right to keep grip. So that was scary. I started sliding backwards and I didn't control where it could go. So got the winch on. I angled my tires this way so it would go into the trees if it started releasing instead of going off the side. And I just put my traction boards down. So I'm going to try to winch my way up and get turned around. So I'm just going to put a camera somewhere and film it, but I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing now. I just put my axle locks on too. See if that'll help. Got it in 4 low. See if those traction boards help. I'm winching. I stopped. Oh dear. I'm not going anywhere. I have to get back out and get those traction boards underneath me again. Back in, move the traction boards, emergency brake off, winch engaged. And I'm just getting it just as far as it. I'm getting close, cut up that hill, come on. Park, emergency brake on, winch is taut.
guess what I'm going to have to do is go toward the tree now that my winch line is on, because I don't see a tree yet, and maybe I can get there all the way. My tires are completely caked. Emergency brake off, winch line engaging, traction boards in place. See me slide? Somehow I got to get a position to get another winch line going. Now somehow I have to get out and move that winch line, but I don't know if let me release it, see if the car goes down any. Okay, it's not. It's stuck here right now. So I'm gonna try to sneak out and look for that trees far away, boy. I want to put the traction boards behind it first.
So here is where things went a little bad. I went to unhook my winch line, and fortunately my Jeep did not slide down the hill. But then I went to pull my winch line up to that tree way up ahead that you saw and use that, but I found all of a sudden I start pulling my winch line and it won't come out any further. So I try like winding it with the controller and unwinding it, and next thing I know, when I'm unwinding it, it starts winding it. So it had a double, knot inside there somehow. It got pinched and wound, so it would not release no matter what I did. But I went home after all this happened. I went home and learned how to fix it immediately, like right there. And I did when I went home, because it was still in the same situation. I only could pull it out about 20, 30 feet, not the 100 or 150 feet that I have on there. But I did learn how to fix it. And if you're interested in knowing how, just comment below and I'll link you to another video that I watched that showed me how to do that. I wish I had it out there, boy, because now I didn't know what to do. I just had to use my winch boards. Not my winch boards, I had to use my traction boards only at this point to get up the rest of the hill.
I'm almost there, but something's wrong with my winch line. I can't pull it out any further. It's like jammed. Whew. So my only hope is kind of get up this way and just keep going. There's no more trees. Going down in the mid-20s from 38. Here's what I'm looking at. Man, I didn't really move much that time. It's slippery. I think I made a couple more feet though. See how packed those tires are?
What I did, I just kept moving my traction boards about 3 feet, and under my tire I'd go up on it, go 3 feet, get out, move the traction boards up again, and they were getting heavy, like bogged down in mud and dirt as well while I was doing this. But that's how I finally inched my way up. And here's it took me about 6 times to do that, but here's my final transition in making it out.
Okay, hopefully this is the last push. Yeah. No. I shouldn't stop, should I? Just keep going. I don't care if I'm dragging that winch or not. I'm gonna go gather this stuff now. Oh man. See my tires? They still had no grip.
So at this point I get everything put back in place. And then I go back down the hill to look at my way I'm going to go back down so I don't start sliding down. My plan will be going directly to the right, and even don't have my tires up on the on the mud at all, just in the grass and in the center line. You can see my traction boards there. They worked out great. Those TredPros, I believe, are better than Max Tracks. They didn't break off when I was spinning or anything like that. And they really dug into the ground. They wouldn't slide either. So that's one good point.
That was an ordeal. Hour and 15 minutes. But now I'm gonna check my way down, and I'm gonna stick on this kind of stuff as long as I can. Just gonna check it out. I'm gonna keep my right wheel and the dry stuff over there in the weeds. Take my left wheel, put it right here in the center. I don't care how tight I have to get. Might want to saw that thing off. That's where I started getting stuck. I came in here. You can see where I came up, and then this is where the problems start. Came right over here because I was afraid of this stick. I ain't gonna be afraid of that stick this time. That stick. Man, this is steep. Should I cut this off? I think I should. Ooh, there. Broke it off. Okay, I'm going up high, people. Dear Lord, help me. Army strong for the Lord. Here we go. I don't care. I'm not going down in that gutter. Oop. Oop. That's okay. Much easier going down, huh? Man, that was scary because I couldn't back down because I'm a terrible backer downer.
Hey, a lot of lessons learned as I head down the hill here. You know, make sure you have everything accessible, easily accessible to when you're all packed up, you know, for a couple-day camping trip, and you need your air deflators, you need your winch controller, you need your tree saver, you know, all those sorts of things you should have readily available so you don't have to unpack anything. That's something I learned. Also, just make sure when you head up a hill that you have your, you know, lockers on, if that would help, and all that kind of stuff. Just be prepared. It had rained, and I thought I could make it up that hill, and I saw it. I go, I can make it up that hill, but have plans and think about all that. But I sure had fun, as you can see here in the video now. I stopped at a creek and threw my traction boards in it. They weighed about 50 pounds each, so it was just good to get that stuff all cleaned off and get ready to head back home. I went home instead of camping again. I was pretty tired after all this and didn't really want to reset everything up.
Wow, that was an adventure of a lifetime I'd never want to do again. But sorry the filming was bad, but I'm back in the creek, wash off stuff, clean off my tires, re-inflate them, and head home. God bless everybody.